X-ray, and you never need an appointment to be seen. Effingham Express Care is open 7 days.
Thanks again to everybody at Altamont. Thanks to Mr. Kachuk, Mr. Kricknick, starts at the top. Thanks to Mr. Arnold. Thanks to everybody on the staff here. They just do a wonderful job. They have it down to a science. And you know, there have been personnel changes at some of those spots in recent years, and they still don't miss a beat.
No, not at all. I mean, everyone here does a perfect job of executing this tournament. And sure, there's little things that come up now and then, and they're quick to respond to those situations, and it just moves on flawlessly. And really, it's a tricky time of the year to be putting on a tournament because illnesses, sicknesses can all of a sudden affect the person here or there, and someone else has to step in and fill a role, and they all accomplish it so smoothly. And it's really just a pleasure to come here for a week and sit and enjoy a tournament, whether you're broadcasting like we're fortunate enough to do, or a spectator coming over to Altamont watching some basketball. And this NTC competition is always spirited, and they do a great job of hosting it.
I was talking to a Dieterich fan a few minutes ago. She said, I'm not sure what we did before Dieterich was in the NTC. They just love coming here, and so does everybody else who's been here more than once. And it's just a huge crowd. I didn't know what to expect 45 minutes ago, but my golly, man, look at the crowd.
Yeah, we're, about 10 minutes away from tip-off, basically, and, I mean, it's not quite standing room only just yet, but we're getting closer to that than I thought we might have been. I thought it would be a pretty good crowd. I figured it would be basically full, but it is really filling up nicely here, and that is great to see.
St. Anthony and Dieterich both have been out on the floor. Dieterich's headed to the locker room. Bulldogs will be heading down in a minute. Dieterich checks in at 15-5 on the season. St. Anthony is 20-2. That's a lot of wins and not a lot of losses. So 1 and 2 going to be going at it. 35 wins out of these two ball clubs already this season, still with like 3 weeks to go in the regular season. So it's going to be some fun. Why don't I tell you what's happened so far this week? On Monday night, they had that 8-9 game, and North Clay beat CHBC 68-32. So that set up the round of 8. In the first game then on Tuesday night, St. Anthony beat North Clay 78-45, and Neoga won the Battle of the Indians, beating Altamont 53-38. On Wednesday night, Dieterich played their first game, beat South Central 59-50. Windsor's Two Straws beat St. Elmo Brownstown 46-30. Then we had the 3-game night, and in the first game on Thursday night, it was a win for SEB. No, that's not right. Let me get to Thursday here. Sorry. On Thursday night, CHBC beat South Central 62-55. Then Altamont got by North Clay in a heck of a game, 55-52. And in the third contest, St. Anthony beat Neoga 75-32. And then Friday night, 2 games on Friday night. In the opener, SEB beat CHBC 66-40. And Dieterich beat Windsor's Two Straws 67-48. Earlier today, in the 7th place game, North Clay had to play Catenary Beecher City for the second time this week. First time that's ever happened in tournament history. North Clay beat CHBC 78-65 for 7th place. You hear the crowd applaud as the Bulldogs head to the locker room for the last time.
And the Dieterich fans applaud as their kids come out.
Wow, choreographed. In the consolation championship, we had one of the best games of the week, if not the best, as in overtime, Altamont beat St. Elmo Brownstown 71-65. Altamont was up 16, and St. Elmo Brownstown came all the way back, took a 3-point lead, but Altamont tied it at the end of regulation and won it in overtime. Altamont 71, St. Elmo Brownstown 65. And then in the third place game, it looked like Neoga was going to run off and hide, and here came Windsor Stu Straws, and Neoga won it by 8, 56-48. So Neoga got third place honors, and now here we are, championship night, ready for the 1 and 2 seeds, St. Anthony and Neoga, St. Anthony and Dieterich. We'll be back with the starting lineups for you in just 90 seconds from the National Trail Conference Tournament at Altamont on 97.9 XFM. But people I know probably were here. Altamont won it the next year. T-Town got their first championship in 1937. Neoga got their only championship in 1938. Brownstown won it in 1939. Cowden in 1940. Altamont got another one. And then St. Anthony and T-Town won a whole bunch of times with a scattered guest appearance along the way. Boy, some fun games.
Oh, yeah.
Fun games through the years. Stu Straws got in there and got a couple of championships. Brownstown, that amazing run when they were the 7th seed and won the tournament championship in 1993. My goodness. Just some great memories from here. Miraculous shots that you'd never expect somebody to hit, and they do. And just a remarkable atmosphere here and good memories. And I know people that I've seen here for years, Matt, and you grew up here, it means more than, another basketball tournament. It's a special time for a lot of people.
Look, I'm not going to say it would mean more than a state championship, but to me, there's nothing else that would compare to it other than winning the NTC tournament as if you're a part of this conference. I mean, that a state championship would be the ultimate goal, but second to that, I can't think of anything else I would rather win as a part of the National Trail Conference.
All right.
Hey, Deb Winter managed to make it to the game tonight.
It's legendary how many people are here.
I'm surprised she knows anything about this tournament anymore.
She ran the show for about 30 years. Let's get to the starters for this one. For the visiting Dieterich Moving Maroons, Josh Crumweedy, the coach, 15-5 on the year. Devin Flock is a 6-foot senior. He has 15 tournament points. Bryce McLean is a 5'9 senior with 8 points in the tournament. Ryan Radloff, a 6-foot senior, 42 tournament points for Radloff. That's in 2 games. Tyler Higgs, 6'3 senior with 17 points. Callaway Campton, 6'1 senior, 44 tournament points in Dieterich's 2 ball games. Those are the starters for the Moving Maroons. Let's send it down to the voice of the NTC tournament, Charlie Niehaus. Please join the Alabama Brass Ensemble and honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Dieterich, the old band man, now the principal at Altamont. Nice job conducting the Altamont Brass with our national anthem. All right, it's Flock, McLean, Radloff, Higgs, and Campton for Dieterich. The starters for the St. Anthony Bulldogs. Cody Rinker's proved 20-2 on the season, and one of those two losses to Dieterich at Dieterich in overtime earlier this year. Cade Walsh is a 6-foot senior with 21 tournament points. Alex Dater's a 6'2 senior with 29 tournament points. Adam Levitt, a 6'2 senior with 30 tournament points. Alex Beasley, a 6'4 senior with 23 tournament points. Those starters will be joined by Jack Nutsall, a 6'2 senior with 14 tournament points. So Walsh, Daters, Levitt, Beasley, and Nutsall, the starters for St. Anthony. Charlie's amped up as always. Devin Flock's introduced for Dieterich. Old Cubs fan Bryce McLean gets introduced.
We won't hold that against him.
That's a generational thing. He had no choice.
I tell you what, the crowd here is so energized. The doors open at 6:30, and there's people who got to their quote-unquote seats, but never once sat down. They are just that fired up right from the start.
I was doing paperwork till about 6. Ran to get a quick sandwich. People were already sitting out in the parking lot. They were ready. All right, there's the introduction of the Moving Maroons. Flock, McLean, Radloff, Higgs, and Campton. Again, 15-5 on the season. Josh Crumweedy played in a lot of big games when he was playing for his dad up in western Illinois, and his dad's a legendary coach up in that area, won about 8,000 games or something like that, and Josh is starting to make his mark at Dieterich. And a reminder that these Dieterich kids know how to win.
Oh, gosh.
They won it 3 out of the last 4 before St. Anthony's win last year.
Really, you think about the success that Dieterich had since coming into the conference. They've won, like you said, they have taken 3 tournament titles, and I believe they've only been in the conference for 6 or 7 years. So,
all right.
You know, it's just one of those things where Dieterich is a quality team, and it was exciting to bring them into the conference, and, you know, that's what they looked for, just like they looked for Louisville North Clay to join recently, and South Central. Quality, not only basketball teams, but all the sports programs, and it's really been a nice fit here in this basically 1A conference. Of course, with the success that St. Anthony had, they have now been kicked up to a 2A as far as their multiplier rule is in effect, but they still have a 1A population.
Hard to overlook that state championship.
Yeah, it is. And nobody from St. Anthony wants you to, that's for sure.
Oh, man, what a magical ride that was. We had so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
What a tremendous, tremendous thing. First basketball state championship for a high school team in Effingham County since Teutopolis back in 1986. The first one ever for the city of Effingham.
Yeah.
It was just a remarkable thing. So we'll see what this year brings. Kevin Diss from just north of Alma. Jim Fisher from Casey. Jonathan Julius from somewhere down southeast Illinois. Our officials for tonight's action. It ought to be fun. Kevin's going to put it in the air. Thanks for joining us. Let Zach know where you're watching, okay, or listening. Dieterich wins the tip. The whole Dieterich team's on their feet. The crowd's on their feet. And here we go. And good to have you with us here on 97.9 XFM. Bryce McLean with it out top. Hands the ball to Devin Flock. Knocked loose. Steal by Walsh. Cade going to the hole. Puts it up and in. St. Anthony leads 2-0.
Well, Walsh can get after you on the defensive end, and he really got a nice steal and got St. Anthony off to a quick start.
Lots of pressure, but Dieterich gets it up court safely. Radloff, trouble with the dribble. Shot blocked by Beasley. Rebound grabbed by Tyler Higgs for Dieterich. Out top to McLean. McLean going to the hole, puts it up too strong. Beasley the rebound. So Beasley got a block and a rebound the same trip. Here come the Bulldogs leading 2-0. Walsh with it out top. Cade sets it up. Lots of the high school players who played here this week up on the stage. That's a tradition. Nuxall with the ball for the Bulldogs. Down low to Dieterich. Puts it up and in. And it's 4-0. St. Anthony. Flock and McLean play catch in backcourt. Flock gets it, and Devin's still not across the timeline. Bounce pass to McLean. Now they're up court. Higgs to Callaway Campton. To Radloff, back over to McLean, out to Campton, and the Campton pulls it out and going to set it up here. Left side to Radloff, other side to Higgs, down on the wing, now a little lower to McLean. Out top to Flock, Higgs saves and now gives it off to Campton. McLean the other way, down in the corner to Flock, stops, thought about a shot. McLean gets it, drives into the lane, can't shoot, and just brings her back out. St. Anthony playing good defense, you might notice. McLean waits, baseline, Higgs, reverse layup, got it.
Good patience by the Maroons. Never forced anything until they got a good look from Higgs.
And it's 4-2. Dieterich's on the board. Walsh somehow got it to Nuxall, and he walked. And a St. Anthony turnover. So Dieterich can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3.
Each team with an early turnover here, and a bucket for Dieterich would be big just to kind of say, okay, we withstood that opening salvo. Now we're back into it, tied up.
Higgs with the ball for the Maroons. In the corner, McLean for 3. Got it! Or with the lead. Dieterich leads 5-4. Bryce McLean from the corner for 3. Maroons by 1. Walsh gets it down court for St. Anthony. On the wing, the Nuxall out top to Levitt. Now Walsh a corner 3. In and out. No good. Rebound Flock for Dieterich. Devin gets it down court safely. Pass to Callaway Campton. Stops. Now goes down low with it to Higgs. Higgs spin move. Got inside Beasley. And a reverse layup. Good. Wow. Defense that. And it's 7-4. Dieterich on the other. And Dieterich does the same thing. Came to the baseline, spud to the basket, stuck it up and in. Dieterich with 4, and it's 7-6. Dieterich with the ball and a 1-point lead. Radloff's double teamed, and it's stolen. Dieterich down low. Walsh, layup, good. That gets St. Anthony back in front. 8-7 Bulldogs. It's going to be like this all night?
I hope so.
Woohoo! 8-7 St. Anthony. And a whistle, and off the ball, we've got a foul.
Called Radloff for a shove-off as he was trying to escape the defender, which I believe was Alex Dieterich, who's the player who hit the floor. And so that's the first foul of the ball game, and it goes against Ryan Radloff of Dieterich, and that's also Dietrich's 3rd turnover.
St. Anthony 8, Dieterich 7. Bulldogs with the ball, 4.5 to go in the opening quarter of this tournament championship game. Out top, Nuxall, now Dieterich, now Walsh, now Beasley for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Look into it. Radloff get up there for the rebound for Dieterich. Underneath, good catch, but he couldn't stay in bounds. No, there's a foul. Higgs tried to go inside, and he got fouled.
Have to sort it out. I believe they signaled 4-3. That's Alex Beasley, and it is his first foul and St. Anthony's first as a team.
So Radloff will inbound, lobs it in deep to Higgs. Now to Flock, now to McLean. Whoops, too many steps. Bryce couldn't get the break set, and the Maroons give it back. Runge in here for Beasley for St. Anthony. We've told you that St. Anthony's got depth on their bench. They can be fairly interchangeable down to 7 or 8 kids. So we'll see what impact that has over the course of the game. Nuxall out top to Levitt. I don't believe Adams had a shot yet. Now to Flock, now to Runge, now to Dieterich. Dieterich spins outside the lane, no shot, out to Levitt. Corner to Nuxall, who came to get the pass, otherwise it would have got stolen. Runge, Walsh, corner three, no good. Rebound, nobody yet. It's finally out of bounds off St. Anthony. Oh, we got a foul.
Levitt went up over the back as Dieterich, it's critical for them to box out tonight. And I know it's critical in any game for any team to box out. But with the size advantage that St. Anthony has across the board, Dieterich has to be very fundamental, and they did it there and drew the foul on Levitt.
He gets the breather, Levitt does, and Luke Ludwig checks in for St. Anthony. 8-7 St. Anthony. Dieterich with the ball. 3.5 to go in the opening quarter. Flock with the ball. Corner to Higgs. Now pass to Radloff. Shoot. Nope, he passes underneath. Great pass. And Flock missed the layup. And then Runge Runge got the rebound, and Flock fouled him.
Yeah, that's disappointing for Devin, and that's probably why he came back and committed the foul out of frustration as he was set up for a wide-open layup from Radloff, and it just bounced off. Credit Runge for getting the board and then ultimately drawing the second foul against Dieterich, and Flock's first.
About $1 for every time I've seen a kid miss a layup and then foul on the battle for the rebound. I'd still be here. Dieterich, three, short. Rebound, Runge went up for it. One dribble, powers up. Shot no good, but he got fouled. Hampton or Higgs got him. See what John Julius thinks.
Can't quite see if he's signaling 3-4 or 3-5. It is 3-4. That'd be Tyler Higgs, and it's his first and the team's third. Runge has come in and made an impact, grabbing a couple of boards, and now earning a trip to the free throw line.
Brandon's foul shot, good. That extends St. Anthony's lead to 2. It's 9-7. 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Live video and audio streaming again on 97.9xfm.com. Runge's second one rims out, but Hampton can't get a handle on the rebound. It's out of bounds to St. Anthony.
Yeah, he was boxing out hard, but when it came time to grab the ball, he just couldn't secure it.
Walsh is going to inbound for St. Anthony on the baseline. They lob it deep to Runge. Now to Ludwig. Corner to Dieterich. Shot for three. No good. Taken out of the air by Flock for Dieterich. They can tie with a 2. McLean out top. Hands the ball to Devin Flock. He sets it up for the Maroons. Looking left side. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass now to McLean. So that means Flock goes the other side of the floor. McLean goes inside. Shot blocked by Nuxall. Rebound, Ludwig for St. Anthony. Down to Walsh. Into the lane. Now goes on the side to Dieterich. Down low. Catch by Walsh. He powers inside. Got around the defender. Puts it up and in. Cade Walsh with 6. St. Anthony by 4, 11-7.
Not sure if there was confusion defensively, but Walsh was basically left alone until he got right to the rim.
Higgs coming to the hole. Puts it up. Short. Rebound. Nuxall for St. Anthony. Bulldogs up 4. Fire it down to Dieterich. Alex drives the baseline, puts it up, blocked from behind by Campton. Out of bounds, it'll stay with St. Anthony.
Well, that was a great recovery there from Dieterich and Campton in particular to swat that out of bounds. It looked like that was going to be an easy opportunity for Dieterich.
Walsh inbounds to Runge. Now to Ludwig. Luke holds, and Walsh comes to get it. Now to Dieterich. Alex around a screen, looks to go back to Nuxall. No room there, so over to Walsh. He goes baseline, got leaned on by McLean.
Well, the only good thing for Dieterich is they're spreading their fouls around because that's critical for them. They have committed 4 fouls here in the first quarter, but they are all by 4 different players as McLean just got his first. Dieterich is not going to make the substitutions that you're seeing St. Anthony make, so they've got to keep these 5 on the floor as much as they can.
Nuxall sits down and Levitt's back for St. Anthony. Levitt catches it in the lane, shoots and hits. Nice inbound play.
Yeah, you have to watch out for so many things inside with St. Anthony's size that Levitt was like the third option, and he was wide open.
St. Anthony by 6 now, 13-7. McLean with it out top for the Maroons. 1.5 to go in the opening quarter of our conference tournament championship game. Campton with the ball, puts it on the floor, drives against Ludwig, spin move, shot for 2, won't go. Rebound, put up, Radloff, blocked, but a foul on Walsh on the block.
Great offensive rebound by Ryan Radloff. Obviously, St. Anthony is really focusing on the leading scorer for Dieterich, so he found another way to get to the ball, and that was by going to the offensive glass. And he got fouled by Cade Walsh. It's his first, team third.
Foul shot good. Radloff's first point. Dieterich's within 5. Nuxall in. Dater's out. Minute 22 to go in the opening quarter. Tremendous crowd here at Altamont. Everybody's in this one. Second foul shot, rims out. Nuxall the rebound for St. Anthony. St. Anthony getting a lot of rebounds. Runge now Walsh going to the hole. Left hands it up. No good. Rebound Dieterich. Flock grabs it out of there. Devin gets it down court to Radloff. And Radloff lost the handle on it. And it goes out of bounds and a turnover on the Maroons. That's 5 already.
That's a problem for them in this ball game. They got to take care of the ball and take advantage of their opportunities when they have them. But before that, Devin Flock grabbed his 3rd rebound of the game already coming out of that guard spot for the Dieterich moving Maroons.
Positioning.
Oh, it's key.
Flock for 3, Walsh for 3. Shot no good. Foul on the rebound. I think Runge came over the top of Flock.
Who just grabbed his 4th rebound, by the way.
Man.
And Runge got called for his first foul. So that's St. Anthony also spreading their fouls amongst their players. It's his first and the team's 4th.
Under a minute to play in the opening quarter. St. Anthony in front of Dieterich, 13-8. St. Anthony, the defending tournament champions. McLean out top. Hampton. Tough catch, but he got it. Now to Flock. Drives into the lane. Over to McLean. Thought about a 3. Drives in for a 2. It's short off the front of the rim, and Levitt the rebound for St. Anthony. Now to Walsh. Kate across midcourt. Leaves it with Levitt. Adam for 3. No good. Front of the rim. Rebound Radloff for Dieterich. Down court to Campton. 25 seconds left. Cody Rinker saying, why, basically, I think, on that shot. So, out top, Hampton with the ball. 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
He's been known to hit shots at the end of a quarter.
Oh, gosh, yes. I remember one game in particular. Down to 6, down to 5. Hampton out top. Tried to go left side to Radloff, but Walsh knocked it away out of bounds. So with 3.5 seconds, Dieterich's going to try an inbound, get a shot away here. Walsh down, Daters in. A little more height on the inbound here. 13-8 St. Anthony. Dieterich, 3.5 seconds here. Hampton on their end of the floor. Goes deep, and it's stolen by Daters. And Daters drives in, lays it up and in at the buzzer. Wow, that's big. Yep. Alex Daters was 6. St. Anthony by 7. After one quarter in our championship game at the National Trail Conference Tournament at Altamont, it's St. Anthony 15, Dieterich 8 on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
$116 or 0% financing for 60 months. 347-5223. JansonsHeating.com.
St. Anthony got the last second bucket after the steal, and they get the ball to start the second quarter. Bulldogs lead it over Dieterich by 7, and now St. Anthony throws it away. Jack Nuxall's pass a little wide of Adam Levitt. Levitt tried to save it, but he couldn't, and Dieterich the ball.
That's St. Anthony's second turnover of the ball game compared to that to 6 already for Dieterich. Flock's double team right after he got it across midcourt, but he got a pass away to McLean. Bryce gets it on the wing to Radloff. Radloff out over the other side now to Flock. Stops, pops for 2, back of the rim, won't go. Tapped by Levitt to Daters. Bulldogs another rebound. A little wraparound dribble by Daters in the lane. Can't shoot, off to Levitt. Back to Daters. Back to Levitt. Wasn't sure Daters was really expecting the pass, but he somehow got it under control.
Jack Nuxall with the ball over to Ludwig. Luke going to the baseline. Runner for 2. Left way short. Rebound. Dieterich grabbed by who else? Devin Flock. A little big man.
Exactly.
Man. 6 rebounds?
5.
5? Golly. We're just into the second quarter. Devin checks in at 6 feet tall. That's a lot shorter than a lot of kids out there.
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
Campton, Higgs back to Campton. Dieterich sure hasn't scored in a while. Higgs posts up, into the lane, drives, puts it up and in. Tyler Higgs answers the call. He has 6 of Dieterich's 10, and it's 15-10. Daters across midcourt. Flock picks him up. That's a good matchup. Over to Nuxall. Radloff keeping an eye on him. Levitt, Hampton watching him, and McLean's got Ludwig and ahead of the key 3. Daters no good. Foul on the rebound.
Well, it's foul on 23, that's for sure, and it's Dieterich's 23, and that's a little bit of an issue as Ryan Radloff just got tagged with his second personal. Great job of getting inside position by Jack Nuxall to get an opportunity for that board.
Josh Crumwitty says just be careful, and off the inbound, shot by Levitt, no good. Nuxall follow, no good. Tapped out to Nuxall, no good. This rebound, Nuxall again. St. Anthony keeps it one more time. Corner, Levitt, 3, too strong. Rebound, Radloff for Dieterich. Ryan's wanting to push it. He's got no teammates down there. Now he slows it up. Baseline, McLean got it. Bryce McLean hits the deuce. He has 7 already. And Dieterich's back within 3, 15-12. Head of the key 3, Beasley, no good. Rebound, Nuxall got it away from 2 Dieterich kids. Nuxall, corner 3, rattles it home. Jack's first 3 points, 6-point St. Anthony lead. Got a timeout. 5:40 to go in the second. Bulldogs called a 30. Championship of the NTC Tournament at St. Anthony 18, Dieterich 12 on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Dieterich got within 3, but then the big corner 3 by Nuxall, and St. Anthony's up 6, 18-12. 5.5 minutes to go, second quarter of our tournament championship game, and McLean's pocket got picked. Walsh to Nuxall, layup, rolled off, followed by Nuxall on the other side, good. Well, Jack's had the old rebound total.
He's got 4 offensive rebounds and 6 total boards, and them 4 rebounds have come on the last 3 trips.
And 5 points the last 2 trips, and St. Anthony's up 8, and this is their biggest lead of the game. Higgs hooks it out top to Flock, down low. Hampton in the lane, shot no good, but a foul before the shot. Jim Fisher says, take it out of bounds, boys.
NBA, they would have let him made that shot if he could have, but he
He'd still be taking steps.
That's right, but that's Beasley's foul. It's his second, team's 5th.
Oh, underneath, Hampton faked the pass to Radloff. Everybody went with the fake. Radloff took it to the hole, lays it up and in. Daters travels on the other end. Good defense by the Maroons.
Remember how the other night St. Anthony was just blasting it up the court? Well, Dieterich took note of that, and they are making sure they get back to help cut off that baseline, and that's the second St. Anthony turnover.
Beasley gets a breather. Runge back in for the Bulldogs. 20-14 St. Anthony. 4:50 to go till halftime. We'll have all the scholarship winners in the National Trail Conference as part of the halftime show, and somebody provided us a list, and thank you very much for that. 3, Flock, no good. Rebound Levitt for St. Anthony to Walsh, who got going so fast he left the ball back behind him, but he got it. Down to Daters. Cade was in a hurry, man. Over to Nuxall. He holds. Goes way back cross court. Walsh tried to go quickly underneath the Daters, but boy, Radloff's there and swats it out of bounds.
Well, that was quick reactions there from Radloff, as that was a quick pass intended to make to the post. Radloff got a hand up and knocked it down.
Nuxall inbounds it to Walsh. Bulldogs by 6 with the ball, and Nuxall brought it back to Walsh, and they about threw it in the backcourt, but Cade Walsh saved it. He was busy calling out the play and didn't see the pass coming. Down in the corner, Nuxall inside Runge, steps inside, can't get a shot away. Now Nuxall for 2, got it. That's 7 for Jack Nuxall. And it's 22-14. There's that 8-point lead again for St. Anthony. I know what you're thinking, man. 3:50 to go in the second quarter. 8 points matches the biggest lead of the night for St. Anthony. Dieterich led by 1. Higgs called for the walk. Said he took a step before the ball hit the floor, and the Maroons give it back.
Higgs has been pretty effective when he's been able to make moves. That time he just got his feet going a little too fast.
Nutsall on the side with it to St. Anthony, for St. Anthony. Trying to work around a screen from Runge out top Levitt and now to Walsh. Back out top to Runge. He has a good look out there, being 6'5". Now to Levitt, baseline, going to the hole, reverse layup, blocked by Higgs, and the rebound out of bounds off McLean. It'll stay with St. Anthony.
Well, that was a good block by Higgs, and I don't think people appreciate how much elevation he gets in there. He really can sky.
Pass inbounded, stolen by Campton. He's going coast to coast. Shot over 2, good. Campton has his first point, and it's 22-16. Dieterich back within 6. 3 minutes to go before halftime. Daters off to Levitt, out to Nutsall, now to Walsh for St. Anthony. Lob down low, Runge, good catch, and then he walked. He's trying to get his feet set for the shot and got called for the walk.
Well, he was affected by Higgs, and he knows Higgs can block shots in there, so he was kind of waiting to see what he needed to do to avoid him and committed the turnover.
Dieterich makes their first change of the game. Radloff sat down. Cole Nieberge checks in. So that change for Dieterich, that's their first sub off the bench.
Jacob Dust is in replacing Runge for St. Anthony, Greg.
So they even got bigger.
Yeah.
Flock with the ball down the lane, working against 2. Squirm, stops, shoots, no good, but he got fouled. They'll peel Devin Flock off the base, off the lane. He'll check the parts and then go to the foul line.
His teammates were there to lift him up, and I'm not sure he was ready to get up just that quick, but he's taking his time before the free throws here as Dust, just into the game, gets whistled for that foul.
Flock's foul shot good. Devin Flock's first point, 22-17. So it was 8, now it's 5. 2:40 to go, second quarter, second one, good. Flock with 2 points. Maroons back within 4, 22-18. 2.5 to go before halftime.
Dietrich's good shooting has kept them in this ball game here.
Levitt, Daters, down the lane, got double teamed, real close to a walk off the Walsh, layup good. Cade Walsh with 8 now for St. Anthony, and it's 24-18. Back to a 6-point Bulldog advantage. Inside Higgs going to work on the sophomore Dust. Nope, he brought it back out. Campton goes baseline, pulls his head down, over on the side, shot for 2, no good by Nieberge. Putback is good by Campton, and he got fouled, and he has the and one coming.
Well, that was a good job of penetration and kicking it to Nieberge. Nieberge pulled the trigger on that baseline jumper, which he needed to do. Campton reacted well to spin back and get the rebound, and that's Levitt's second foul in the contest.
Foul shot good. Callaway has 5. Dietrich's within 3, 24-21. 2 minutes to go before the half. You know, we always talk the third quarter, Matt. Last 2 minutes of this second quarter may be huge.
Yeah, I would say so in a 3-point game here.
Levitt the catch. Working on Nieberge. He shot for 2.
Wow.
Good. Holy cow.
There was nothing Nieberge could have done better to defend that. Levitt was just better on that play. Wow.
Levitt with 4. Bulldogs back up 5, 26-21. That was pretty. Flock now to McLean. Takes his time. Head of the key, Campton. Campton puts it on the floor. Can't get in. Spin move the other way. Now he's double teamed. Says, where is the opening here? Finally, McLean has it, and Dieterich calls time. Josh Crumwitty's one to make sure they get something good out of this possession. Let's take a break. 1:21 to go in the second. NTC Championship. St. Anthony 26, Dieterich 21 on 97.9 XFM.
Special Pet Foods, where your special pet's palate is our priority. All the best brands with none of the hassle, located at Rickelman Plaza in Effingham.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich can help.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Out. Important possession here. They're down 5. They could make it 3 or 2, or they could be down 7 or 8.
St. Anthony appears to be coming out in the 2-3 zone after the timeout, so just when Crumwoody drew up something for the offense, they switched to defense.
Block and McLean play catch. They try to go down low, but Nieberge gets it back out top. Baseline Higgs. Oh, he's got an opening. Can he get around the defender? No, his shot's blocked. Rebound ends up in the hands of Dieterich. Nuxall and Dust kind of teamed up on that block. And now an offensive foul. As St. Anthony went roaring into the lane. And a foul on Dieterich. Alex crunched into a Dieterich defender, and it goes back to the Maroons.
So now the turnovers are switching. St. Anthony has 5 this quarter to just 2 for Dieterich. So that's why Dietrich's back within 5 here.
They get it on the side to Campton, now to Higgs. Shot for 2, good. Tyler Higgs says wide drive to the basket. He's got an 8-footer. 3-point game. Dater's other end. Shot won't go. Rebound Nieberge. Dieterich could tie with a 3. Half a minute left before halftime. Campton with the ball. Out top to Flock. Devin surveys the landscape. Saves his dribble. Daters comes out after him. Now to McLean, and Walsh has him. I know they're still in the zone, but boy, they get after the ball handler.
They have such length and quickness that they can really spread that zone out.
10 seconds. Counting it down to halftime. Dieterich had tied with a 3. McLean out top. Campton can't get his feet set. Shoots the 2. No good. Rebound Walsh. And there's halftime. Walsh threw it down. That's the second light he's hit this week.
I think it's the same light, actually.
By the way, that probably is a record. Check with Kurt Becker. He knows how many lights have been hit by players in a tournament. We're at halftime. 3-point game. Anybody leaving? Not me. At the half, it's St. Anthony 26, Dieterich 23. Back in 2 minutes on 97.9 XFM.
Whether it's for a comprehensive eye exam or to check out the latest and greatest in Oakley, Maui Gem, or Ray-Ban Ophthalmics, visit Dr. Tony or Chris Weber at Weber Optics, located in both Effingham and now open their second location in Altamont and the Opilka Wellness Center. Weber Optics, where good vision is always in fashion.
We're with you everywhere you go.
Everywhere. The app has me connected all the time.
Get our app at the App Store or Google Play. 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
So the dog pound goes nuts. They're borrowing the tribal council tonight. And there's the girl nominee, Maddie Tegler. Here comes old number 43. That was nice. Each crowd got to cheer for a basketball player who's one of the nominees. Because Devin Block from Dieterich was a nominee. There's St. Elmo. We still have South Central, Stu Straws, and Windsor to go. Yeah, I know we have teamed up teams, but for this, every school gets nominees. So we've given you the nominees, and in a minute here we'll get the awards made about who are the scholarship winners. And the National Trail Conference has done this. Gosh, I remember old Don Harrison being out here and handing out those 5 or 10 years ago. Or 30. It's a nice thing. And there's so much tradition with this tournament. Even though the faces change, it's the idea and the camaraderie and the excitement, the emotion and all that. And usually the quality of play that makes it special. We got Stu Straws and Windsor still to go. How appropriate. And then we'll find out who the winners are. Clock stopped, by the way, so we're not losing any time here staying with this.
No, that's one thing that the teams have to kind of get in their head is they're going to have about a 15-minute halftime instead of their normal 10.
I see Bryce Fearday, one of the assistants for St. Anthony, in the doorway helping out. I saw Cody peek his head out there a minute ago. One of Bryce's jobs must be to, A, hold Alex Beasley's plaque, and then also to let Coach Brinker know when they're ready to go here. Let's find out who the winners are. Nice thing Jerry remembers, he's very media conscious and everybody in the pool kind of guy. So he always makes sure everybody turns around and looks at the other side too, so everybody gets to see these kids face to face and cheer for them.
The winners are from Windsor, Casey Bean, and for St. Anthony, Alice Bean.
So Casey Bean from Windsor and Alex Beasley from St. Anthony. They're your scholarship winners this year, courtesy of the National Trail Conference. Mr. Kachuk's having them pose for pictures. We'll go ahead and talk about the game. At the half again, St. Anthony leading Dieterich, but just by 3, and Matt and I were talking off air. Every time it looked like St. Anthony might be on a run, here'd come Dieterich climbing back in this thing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not unexpected. Dieterich has been known to hang around, and you know, they get it done however they need to. Their leading scorer on the season has 1 point here at halftime, and they're trailing by 3. So from that standpoint, they have to feel pretty decent about where they're at, but you have to give a ton of credit also to St. Anthony for forcing Dieterich into that spot. Radloff did sit after a little while after picking up that second foul. I think Coach Crumweedy thought, well, maybe I bought myself enough time. I need to go ahead and get him off the floor to protect him from getting his third as well at the end of the half. But it's been an exciting first half of action, to say the least.
See, St. Anthony was up 7 after the first quarter. It was 15-8. You might have thought that their ship was sailing off into the sunset. But then Dieterich came back and outscored St. Anthony 15-11 in the second quarter. And they're back within 3 at the break, 26-23. Here's a look at the scoring at halftime. Eventually, with Matt Phelps, Greg got it sorted out. For Dieterich, Devin Flock has 2 points. Bryce McLean, 5. Ryan Radloff, who, as Matt said, the leading scorer for the Maroons, 1 point here at halftime. Tyler Higgs with 8. Callaway Campton with 7. And Cole Nieberge, the one man off the bench for Dieterich, is yet to score. Maroons quarters of 8 and 15 for 23 points here at halftime. For St. Anthony, Cade Walsh has 8 points. Alex Dater 6, Adam Levitt 4, Alex Beasley is yet to score. Jack Nutsall has 7, Brandon Runge 1 point, and Luke Ludwig and Jacob Dust have played. They are yet to score. So 8 kids in the game so far for St. Anthony, 6 for Dieterich. St. Anthony in front, 26-23. Matt, stats and more when we're back in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
When you're
there late in the about midway through the second period.
One thing I want to mention is next week's lineup as far as broadcasts. Monday night we have St. Anthony's senior night. Bart Weedman's crew playing much better lately now that everybody's healthy.
Exactly.
So we'll have that for you at the Enloe Center Monday night. Thursday night we've got the Harts girls. And I need to double check whether or not that's senior night. I think that's their last home game, so I'll double check on that, but we have the game regardless. And then Friday night I think we'll have a crowd. St. Anthony and D-Town.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll have a crowd for that one. So that's the T-Town Friday night. We ought to have some fun. That's Dieterich and Jim ought to be rocking. It's doing pretty well here at Altamont right now as far as rocking. Dieterich and St. Anthony. Dieterich trails by just 3. They were down by as many as 8 in the first half. But it's 26-23 Bulldogs as we start this second half. And we'll see whether Dieterich can find a way to get Ryan Radloff a little more involved in the offense. And whether St. Anthony can curb those turnovers that we saw in the second quarter. Dieterich needs to rebound better. So I think those are all keys.
Yeah, you mentioned St. Anthony with the turnovers. They had 5 of them in that second quarter, and that doesn't allow them to get out and move and run the court like they normally would like to. And so that's a big part of their defense turning into offense, and offense going into defense.
Dieterich gets it to start the second half. Somebody hits a 3 for the Maroons. This place may take the lid may come off. McLean with the ball out top, corralled by Radloff, can't shoot. Now McLean. 26-23 St. Anthony as we start the second half. McLean out top. Radloff 3, no good. Back of the rim. Beasley the rebound for St. Anthony. To Nuxall down to Daters. And Alex gets it out to Nuxall, now to Walsh. He's out top and they set it up. Levitt, Walsh on the side out to Nuxall. Going down low, runner for 2, no good. Rebound Tyler Higgs for Dieterich. Another chance to tie. Blocked across midcourt. Now to McLean. Nice catch by Captain McLean, and now Flock to Radloff. Higgs all alone, shot for 2, short. Beasley the rebound for St. Anthony. The Walsh down to Daters, who got ahead of everybody. Lays it up and in. That's what they can do when they pass the ball well. 8 for Daters. St. Anthony up 5, 28-23. McLean on the side. Flock for 3, shot too strong. Levitt the rebound for St. Anthony. I mentioned something about Dieterich and rebounding. Daters for 3 for the Bulldogs. In and out, no good. It eventually came down to Levitt. Looked like Hampton was going to get it. Came down to Levitt, or to Beasley. Yeah, Levitt, I'll be all right here in a minute. Walsh with it out top, now to Daters. In the right corner, Nuxall, Beasley with it. Alex gets it out to Alex. Daters with a catch to the free throw line. Now Levitt for 3. No good. Rebound tapped out by Beasley, and maybe a foul on Beasley. I think he got over the top there.
That's the call as he picks up his 3rd foul on that exchange as well. So a couple of missed shots on the perimeter. St. Anthony kept trying to rebound. That time they went over the top, and Runge will come in to replace Beasley with that 3rd foul.
28-23 St. Anthony. We're 2 minutes into the 3rd quarter. St. Anthony, the defending conference tournament champs. Dieterich won it the 2 years, 3 of the 4 years before that. Higgs down low. Corner, McLean, 3, too long. Flock the rebound, though, for the Maroons. Gets it back out top to McLean. They re-rack the offense here. Hampton with the ball. And Levitt keeping an eye on him. Ball knocked away in the backcourt. Flock gets it back for the Maroons. Gets it up court. Wanted to shoot a 2 or get it to Higgs. Couldn't do either one, so out to Radloff. Now to McLean. Side to Campton. Back out to McLean. Works around Higgs' screen. Now comes down on the side and back out to Campton, and now to Radloff, and now to Flock. Back out top. Radloff shoots for 2. Got it. Radloff's first basket. And it's a 3-point game. Again, 28-25. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Daters to Runge. Pass out top to Levitt. They send it the other way now to Walsh. He looked underneath instead to Runge. Nuxall now to Daters. Alex comes to the free throw line. Shot for 2. Good. Alex Dieterich in double figures with 10. St. Anthony back up 5, 30-25. Campton for the Maroons to Flock. One dribble and off to Campton. Callaway brings it out top now. Stops head of the key. Flock, McLean down. They get it underneath. Rydlaw for 2. This one a little strong. Rebound. Walsh got it for the Bulldogs. Not his first. Great pass underneath to Levitt for the layup. Holy cow. What great court vision, Mr. Cade Walsh. Bulldogs by 7. Dieterich wants time. Back in 30 at the championship of the NTC Tournament. It's St. Anthony 32, Dieterich 25 on 97.9 XFM.
Unexpected and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Crumweedy called time his 30-second break. He saw the lead get back up to 7, so he wants to put the lid on it here. Maroons have a chance to get back closer. They've been close, been within 3, but no closer for a long time.
Dieterich's 1 of 6 from the floor this quarter.
That was the one that Radloff hit. Block goes baseline, reverse layup, too strong. Rebound, Walsh again for St. Anthony. Cade down court, nice catch by Dieterich, puts it up and got it. Holy cow. Dieterich, good hand-arm coordination there, buddy. He's got a dozen. And St. Anthony up 9. That's their biggest lead of the game so far. Higgs, great spin move inside. Scores for Dieterich. Tyler in double figures with 10. Dieterich scores on the other end. He just blew it into the bucket, laid it up and in.
Another great outlet pass. St. Anthony takes the ball out of bounds and got it to him quickly.
14 for Dieterich now. 36-27 back to a 9-point St. Anthony lead. Radloff double team. Walsh knocked it loose. Regained by the Maroons. Flock got it back. Down to McLean, now to Hampton, and off the ball we've got a collision. As Flock hit the floor, Walsh is saying, nope, it's on Dieterich. Yep, not 13, not 3. Cade's out there being the ambassador for the Bulldogs. Dieterich sits down, his second foul. Luke Ludwig's back in. Dieterich's down 9. Got to score this trip. Corner 3, Radloff in and out. No good. Holy cow, that looked good. Walsh, another rebound. Threw it to Nuxall and off Jack's hands out of bounds.
Well, the way that St. Anthony's pushing the ball, you have to kind of give them a turnover now and again. That's just their first in the first 5 minutes of this quarter, and they have been pushing the pace, which has led to them shooting 5 of 7 from the field here in this quarter.
Dieterich is out. He's going to the water fountain. You know, he didn't start the other night because he was ill, so we'll see what happens here. Campton, turnaround shot in the lane won't go. Levitt a rebound. Down court, knocked away by Higgs. Walsh tried to save it, and off McLean, no. They say Walsh was out of bounds. It'll be Dieterich basketball.
So 2 trips, 2 turnovers there for St. Anthony, but as of yet, Dieterich hasn't been able to capitalize. We'll see what they do this time.
Still a 9-point St. Anthony lead. 2:40 to go in the third. Devin Flock for Dieterich gets it up court with a pass to Callaway Campton. He puts it on the floor, got through 3, going to the hole, lays it up and in. Well, excuse me, I'll just take care of this. Campton with 9, Maroons back within 7, 36-29. Runge now to Nuxall. Runge, Nuxall, free throw line, good. Nuxall in double figures with 11. And it's 38-29, back to a 9-point Bulldog lead. McLean with the ball for Dieterich. On the side to Campton, knocked away out of bounds by Runge. Denied Higgs his ball.
In the first matchup, St. Anthony was setting that side screen with their big man, and Dieterich was allowing that guy to roll, and they were staying with the ball handler. Well, now they're going under the screen, which is essentially allowing the shooter to shoot, and they've done that.
Great inbound play. McLean into Tyler Higgs. He drops it home, and he drew the foul, and he's got the and one coming. There's a big play.
Boy, Tyler Higgs has done well inside anytime they've been able to get him the ball. The biggest issue is it's hard to get him the ball a lot with the size that he's going up against.
Foul shot short. Ludwig the rebound for St. Anthony. Higgs with a dozen now. It's 38-31, a 7-point game. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. This game's going fast. Walsh, wraparound dribble. Back out top. Now in the lane. Spin move. Shot for two. Off the mark. Rebound Dieterich. Grabbed by Radloff. So they were down 9, now it's 7. They got the ball. McLean out to Flock. Out to Radloff. Can't shoot. That's by design. He's a really good shooter. Flock has it on the side out to McLean.
And St. Anthony keeps switching players on him that are fresh in order to try to deal with Radloff, and they've been pretty successful, obviously, thus far.
Yep, sitting on 3 points. Flock thought about a 2, instead pulls it down, gets it to Radloff for 2, over 3 defenders, and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, it's frustrating for him. He knows he needs to score to try to help his team here, down by 7. But at the same time, you just can't force shots like that, and that ball basically had no chance of going in as soon as he rose up for the shot.
Yep, they had just scored their previous trip, and maybe a better choice of shots. They could have got it down to 5 or 4. Ludwig with the catch for St. Anthony on the wing. Down low, Levitt going to work. Stops, pops, got it. Blocked by Campton. Rebound, Flock. Here comes Dieterich. Off the Radloff corner, McLean drives on 2, stops, and got called for the walk. Dieterich trying to get it inside for a shot, and St. Anthony forced the turnover. Just the first turnover on Dieterich in this third quarter. Levitt gets a breather. Dust's in. So they've got Runge and Dust. Daters is back. Also Walsh and Ludwig. That's who's out there right now for St. Anthony. 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Bulldogs with the ball in a 7-point lead. Flock out top to Runge. Down to Ludwig. Down low to Dust. Powers up. Shot up. Good. Way to use the glass by the big boy. Dust's first point. St. Anthony back up 9, 40-31. In the lane. Ball knocked loose. Radloff gets it back. Shot knocked away, but it comes out to Flock. 13 seconds now in the third quarter. See a big basket for Dieterich. They're down 9. Flock. McLean has it. Can't shoot. Radloff for 3. He walked. He got fouled. He got fouled, John Julius says. So going to be...
No, the foul was against the guy who set the screen. Daters ran through Campton, so it's not a foul on a shot. It's a foul on the floor.
So with 3 seconds left, Dieterich's going to inbound. Campton's going to inbound. Ludwig defending him. So Dieterich's got 3 seconds to get a shot away. Radloff turnaround for 2. No good. Rebound Dust for St. Anthony. And it's St. Anthony by 9 after 3 quarters. Championship of the National Trail Conference Tournament. After 3 here at Altamont, it's St. Anthony 40, Dieterich 31 on 97.9 XFM.
The Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Special Pet Foods, where your special pet's palate is our priority. All the best brands with none of the hassle, located at Rickelman Plaza in Effingham.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich can help.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
A championship game. St. Anthony's up 9, so Dieterich needs to make something happen in a hurry here. St. Anthony 40, Dieterich 31. Ludwig in the game will inbound for St. Anthony. Ludwig, Walsh, Beasley, Levitt's back, and Dust. That's who's out there right now for the Bulldogs. Dust with it out top. One dribble. And Walsh for the rescue here. McLean's really after him. Picks up the dribble. Lobs it down low to Ludwig. Knocked loose. Nice defense by Flock. Knocked it loose. Dieterich gets the steal. to Campton. Boy, thought about a three. Instead goes down low to Higgs. Back out to Campton. And now McLean stirs the drink here. Looking, cut down low. Radloff got the shot to go.
Boy, there wasn't much room to get that pass in there to Radloff, and it was perfect. At a perfect time for Dieterich.
Exactly so. They score first here in the fourth quarter. They're back within 7, 40-33. Levitt out top for St. Anthony. Ludwig on the wing. Luke comes to the head of the key. Bounce pass knocked loose, and it's off Beasley. Dieterich gets the steal again.
So 2 trips, 2 turnovers for St. Anthony to start the fourth quarter, and here's Dieterich possibly getting themselves within 5 or maybe 4.
But here comes Daters and Nuxall back in for Ludwig and Dust. So they've had a little rest. Let's see what happens. A minute gone in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs by 7. Maroons with the ball. McLean, Flock. Out top, Hampton with the pass to McLean. On the wing to Flock. Devin to the free throw line. Now to McLean for 3. Short. Rebound. Nobody yet. Nuxall gets it. Bulldogs have the ball. Fire it down court. Walsh to Levitt. Shot good. He drew the foul.
Well, there's St. Anthony pushing the tempo again, and it's just a situation where whoever grabs the ball can basically serve as a point guard, and then they just run the court with everybody else. Callaway Campton got caught leaning on Levitt. That's his first, and it's the team's first this half.
Foul shot, good. He got the and one. Levitt with 9. I am telling you, there may not be a better point guard around than Cade Walsh. He just can thread the needle on passes. He sets up other people so well. And Dietrich's got a pair of great guards in Flock and in McLean. Speaking of that, look at that move by Devin Flock. Took it inside, laid it up and in. Flock with 4. That gets the Maroons back within 8. It was 11. Was 10 before that bucket. 43-35 now the score. Walsh with it on the side. Baseline, Levitt for 2, and he got it. Adam Levitt in double figures with 11. There's a 10-point St. Anthony lead again, 45-35. Campton baseline. Little contact. Ball got loose. Callaway gets it back. Back out top, McLean out of the clock. We're down to 5:40 to go in the game. St. Anthony by 10. Dieterich with the ball. Flock out top. Bounce pass now to Campton. Tries to get open. Shot over 2. Blocked by Beasley. Foul on Beasley.
Beasley and Levitt were both there, and I think Levitt's the one who actually hit him first.
It is on Levitt.
So Levitt called for his 3rd foul. Hampton will go to the free throw line, where Dieterich has been pretty good, 4 of 6. But St. Anthony's only been to the line 1 time tonight prior to that free throw in the fourth quarter from Levitt. So St. Anthony's 2 for 3 in the game now, and with that made free throw on the first attempt, Dieterich is 5 of 7. Now make it 6 of 8.
Hampton hits both foul shots. Gets Dieterich back within 8, 45-37. 5:25 to go in the show. Walsh gets it on the side. Nuxall with a catch to the free throw line. Out to Beasley, now to Walsh. That was close to going into the black chair seats. Daters on the side. Alex out to Beasley. Left side back to Daters. Corner, Walsh. Saves his dribble. Now he puts it on the floor. Puts it out top to Beasley. Ooh, a lot of contact, no foul. As Radloff got on top of Beasley there. St. Anthony kept it. They go down low to Beasley. Spin move, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Walsh. And a foul. Cade Walsh got in there, got the offensive rebound for the Bulldogs, and he got fouled.
You think these two teams aren't experienced in playing big games, though? That's the first missed shot of the fourth quarter, any way, shape, or form for either team.
Oh, my. Walsh inbounds deep, the catch by Daters. In the corner, Walsh. Bulldogs by 8, and they have the ball, and we're down to 4:44 to go.
St. Anthony's not exactly killing time, but they're not exactly wasting it either. They are looking for a good shot.
Daters tries a 3. Got it. Alex Daters with 17. There's an 11-point St. Anthony lead. Daters with 46 tournament points now. That's in 3 games. And driving it inside, Flock put it up for Dieterich. He got fouled. I think Nuxall got him.
I think that'd have to be the player who's whistled for the personal, as it's his first and team's sixth. So Dieterich might be able to work their way to the line here quite a bit if they can find a way to keep attacking, as that's the 16th foul, but they're shooting two more here on the act because he was in the act of shooting.
Evan Flock makes the first run. He has 5. That cuts the deficit to 10. It's 48-38.
By the way, I want to slip back to Dieterich. He's 5 for 5 this half from the floor.
Flock gets them both. Devin was 6, and it's a 9-point game, 48-39. But time's a-wasting. 4:15 left in this championship game. Walsh with the ball for the Bulldogs, and they have the lead. He gets it across midcourt, down to Nuxall. Jack on the dribble, still on the dribble, gets it out top to Dieterich. Left side, caught on the wing by Levitt, and off to Walsh. Now pass to Nuxall. Bulldogs taking some time.
Yeah. And they're just waiting for an open look.
Steal. Campton, layup, good. Campton saw an opening. He has 13, and it's a 7-point game. 48-41 with 3.5 to go. Nuxall got fouled at midcourt.
Well, and see, Dieterich's in a spot now where, like Campton, they can afford to take a risk. If they get called for a foul, so be it. Radloff, yeah, that's his third, but everybody else is in pretty clean shape as far as the fouls go.
So the Bulldogs get it inbound, and that's just 3 team fouls on Dieterich this half. Nuxall with the ball. Now to Beasley. Alex picks up the dribble and a bounce pass to Dieterich. Dieterich holds, working on Flock, gets away, goes down low, puts it off balance off the glass, too strong. Nuxall and Levitt were fighting for the rebound. Eventually, though, Dieterich got in there and Radloff got fouled. It'll be Dieterich ball.
It's actually going to be Dieterich shooting a 1-on-1, as that's the 7th team foul, and that's Levitt's 4th in the ball game as well.
So nice work by Radloff to get in there against 2 defenders, earn the rebound, and earn the right to get to the foul line here. 3:08 left. St. Anthony was up 11, now it's 7, and Dieterich can get a little closer here. Radloff's foul shot, no good. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Beasley the rebound for St. Anthony. Off to Dieterich. Leaves it with with Luke Ludwig. Now out to Nuxall. Under 3 to play. Ludwig with the ball. Head of the key now, way out top, in fact, to Walsh. And he got his pocket picked, and now Walsh gets it back, and they called over and back. The ball came loose, and they called over and back.
Yeah, Dieterich, from my angle, never touched it. Now, did Dieterich player touch Walsh? Maybe.
St. Anthony wants time. 2:47 to go. We're back in 30. Championship of the NTC Tournament. It's St. Anthony 48, Dieterich 47. Dieterich will have the ball when we're back in 30 on 97.9 XFM.
Whether it's for a comprehensive eye exam or to check out the latest and greatest in Oakley, Maui Gem, or Ray-Ban Ophthalmics, visit Dr. Tony or Chris Weber at Weber Optics, located in both Effingham and now open their second location in Altamont and the Opelka Wellness Center. Weber Optics, where good vision is always in fashion.
We're with you everywhere you go.
Everywhere. The app has me connected all the time.
Get our app at the App Store or Google Play. 97.9 XFM.
Championship of the National Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. It's St. Anthony 48, Dieterich 41. Dieterich got the ball here on a turnover. So the Maroons were down 11. Now they're within 7, and they have the ball. Flock across the timeline, gets it to McLean. Out top, Campton, now to Flock. Flock going to the hole, puts it up. Oh, it's too strong, but there's Higgs with a putback, and it's good. Tyler Higgs, another rebound, and 14 points, and it's a 5-point game, 48-43. So every time you think it might be over, it isn't. Dater's down low. Beasley, now to Ludwig. Swings it out to Nuxall. 2:15 to play. St. Anthony with the ball and a 5-point lead. Walsh got fouled. McLean got him from behind.
St. Anthony fans are happy about the call being whistled because they felt like Walsh was hassled and went over and back on their last possession. That's the third on McLean, but it's only the team's fourth, so Dieterich again is going to gamble. And if they get called for a foul, so be it.
Just out of bounds to St. Anthony right now. 2:05 to go. Bulldogs with the ball in a 5-point lead. Dieterich has it, puts it on the floor, goes baseline. They double team him. Out to Ludwig, and now they bring it way out top to Nuxall. And we're under 2 minutes to play. Nuxall working on Radloff, or Radloff working on Nuxall. Got knocked loose. Nuxall gets it back. Pass from Beasley underneath to Ludwig. Lost the handle. It's loose. Ludwig goes to the floor. We finally have a jump. Ludwig for St. Anthony. Block for Dieterich. Alternate possession. Gives it out of bounds to the Maroons.
That's St. Anthony's fifth turnover here in the fourth quarter. Dieterich has not turned the ball over this period, and they've only had one turnover this half.
That's pretty stellar. Minute 39 to go in regulation. Hey, we did it once before with these two teams. St. Anthony 48, Dieterich 43. McLean with the ball for the Maroons. Out top to Campton. Doesn't have to be a three. Flock with the ball. Spin into a double team. Got it. Campton shot. No good, but he got fouled. Callaway Campton can get Dieterich a little closer with two at the line.
Ludwig got him with the body on the attempt, and again, Dieterich with an opportunity to score with the clock stopped.
Callaway Campton with 13 tonight, 57 tournament points. Foul shot good. It's a 4-point game. Ludwig down, Levitt back. St. Anthony with all its starters out there now. 48-44, St. Anthony's lead down to 4, down to 3. Campton got them both. 15 for Campton. Dieterich wants time. It's a one-possession game, friends. Minute 24 to go. It's St. Anthony 48, Dieterich 45 on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Contact Tom Henderson today. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
St. Anthony 48, Dieterich 45. Campton still in the game, so anything's possible. St. Anthony gets the ball inbounds. Levitt to Walsh. Bulldogs were up 11. Now it's 3. Walsh on the dribble. Working against McLean. Leaves it with Dieterich. Alex brings it head of the key. Spin move. Nobody there. Finally, Nuxall to the rescue. Takes the pass. Jack drives down the lane. Stops. Back out to Dieterich, and we're under a minute to play. St. Anthony with the ball and a 3-point lead. Dieterich down the lane. Dishes to Levitt. Shot blocked, and a foul on Dieterich with 53 seconds left.
Well, Dieterich doesn't mind committing the foul, but they don't want to do it while the guy is shooting. And St. Anthony had good penetration and a dish down to Levitt. And Campton went up and almost had a clean box, but got him with the body for his second foul.
48-45 St. Anthony. Levitt can extend the lead. Adams foul shot. No good. One more to come. St. Anthony's led again by 11. Right now it's 3. This is big. Still could be a 2-possession lead if he can get this one down with 53 seconds left. Levitt's second one right in the heart.
Yeah.
No doubt about that one. Levitt has a dozen, and the lead is 4. Levitt sits down now, and Ludwig comes in.
That allows St. Anthony to kind of set up their pressure and get Levitt out with those 4 fouls.
And now Dieterich sitting on 5 fouls is kind of hampered because they foul, they still don't get the ball. Radloff, or have a shot at it, you know, if somebody for St. Anthony would miss a one-on-one thing. Clock, Radloff, 3, good! Wow, Randolph with 8. It's a 1-point game. 49-48, St. Anthony got away from Dieterich. He finally got it across the timeline, and St. Anthony wants time. 27 seconds left in regulation. Championship of the NTC Tournament. It's St. Anthony 49, Dieterich 48 on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Online at roycemanhonda.com.
27 seconds left. It's St. Anthony 49, Dieterich 48 after Ryan Radloff brought the roof off of his place with a 3-pointer. Walsh gets it up court to Dieterich. Open on a 3, but St. Anthony says, nah, we want to kill some clock, and there's a foul on the Maroons with 19 seconds left.
It took a while to get that foul called that they were going after, because they need to foul because it's not yet bonus time. Now if they foul, it will be, though.
Next one will put him in a bonus with an opportunity for Dieterich to get a rebound off a miss. Levitt looking, and he finally had to call time. Couldn't find anybody to get it inbounds to. So the Bulldogs want to keep the ball. They called the time. 19 seconds left. Take a 30-second break, Brian. 49-48 St. Anthony here on 97.9 XFM.
Imagine
Special Pet Foods, where your special pet's palate is our priority. All the best brands with none of the hassle, located at Rickleman Plaza in Effingham.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich can help.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Whether it's for a comprehensive eye exam or to check out the latest and greatest in Oakley, Maui Gem, or Ray-Ban ophthalmics, visit Dr. Tony or Chris Weber at Weber Optics, located in both Effingham and now open their second location in Altamont and the Opelka Wellness Center. Weber Optics, where good vision is always in fashion.
Tall lad will be doing the inbounding. Looking. This is why they had to call timeout. They got it inbounded in backcourt to Levitt. He gets fouled with 16.5, so Devin Flock, good job of just letting 2.5 seconds click off the clock.
Well, it was a nice play to slip Levitt into the backcourt and allow him to catch an easy open pass. However, Levitt just went 1 of 2 from the line, but I've seen Levitt hit a lot of big shots over his career.
1 point St. Anthony lead. Even if Adam makes both of these, it'll still be a 1-possession game. 1 timeout left for the Bulldogs, 2 for Dieterich. That tells me Levitt's foul shot. Good. Adam was 13 tonight. 43 tournament points. Bulldogs by 2, 50-48. Dieterich won in overtime when they played at Dieterich earlier this season. Levitt's second one. Good. He got them both. Big foul shot. Levitt was 14. He checks out. Ludwig in on defense.
Now, some people would say, hey, if it gets under 5 or 6 seconds, St. Anthony should foul.
Timeout Dieterich. Yeah, timeout Dieterich before St. Anthony can get it, or before Dieterich inbounds, they call time. 16.5 seconds left. Back in 30. It's St. Anthony 51, Dieterich 48 on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Shooting a 1-1.
But we'll see. Campton will inbound. Dieterich's got to bring it the length of the floor. Remember, they're down 3 now after 2 big foul shots for Levitt. McLean takes his time, gets it across the half line. They need a 3 to tie. McLean out top. Walsh hassles him. Bradlaugh for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Higgs the rebound, though. Now it's loose. We've got a jump. Alternate possession will give it to St. Anthony.
Boy, the possession arrow was huge here at the end of the ball game. Radloff was closely guarded. He put up a tough shot, and he gave it a heck of a try. It hit the back of the rim, and then the wild scramble for the rebound.
1.9 seconds, so the Bulldogs basically just have to get it in bounds here. Dieterich calls time. 1.9 seconds left. We'll mention we're going to announce an all-tournament team. We'll have all the stats, and we'll visit with both coaches. It's going to be a busy and fun post-game show. Almost everybody on their feet here. Holy cow.
Yeah, this crowd is anticipating a thrilling finish. Here's the thing, though. St. Anthony has 1 timeout left. So Dieterich's main goal is just to deny everybody and give them no shot to get the ball in bounds. However, if you're St. Anthony, you can pretty much throw it towards your end of the court. As long as somebody touches it, it's going to make it virtually impossible for Dieterich to get a victory. Even if they would catch it and throw in a miracle shot, they would still be a tie ball game.
1.9 seconds. That's not much time. Not much time. Dieterich student section pumped, man. They're roaring. Dog pounds roaring for St. Anthony. My goodness. 51-48 St. Anthony. They're going to try to inbound from midcourt. Actually, Dieterich's side of midcourt. Adam Levitt will try to inbound the ball. Callaway Campton in his face here. Let's see what happens. Levitt slaps it in play, and we've got a whistle off the ball. We've got a foul.
So that's a smart play by Dieterich to actually commit the personal there.
McLean called for the foul. Walsh will go to the line. It's still a 3-point game, but Cade can make it pretty much moot.
Yeah, if Walsh can hit
Ludwig for Levitt on the shuttle.
But again, even if he misses, Dieterich basically has 1 dribble and a launch.
That's basically it with 1.8 now.
And no timeout.
Cade Walsh, foul shot, good. There's a 4-point lead. Cade Walsh with 9. Bulldogs feeling better.
Cody Rinker and the coaching staff can't get their players off the line fast enough. Get away from them.
We don't need a foul here, gang.
No.
Cade Walsh has made it a 2-possession game. Second one good. 2 big ones for Walsh. Bradlaugh throws it down here. It hit the backboard. St. Anthony repeats as champions of the National Trail Conference Tournament. Final score here at a jam-packed Altamont Community High School. St. Anthony 53, Dieterich 48. Maroons outscored St. Anthony 17-13 in the 4th quarter to make it a 5-point final. Again, your final score, St. Anthony 53, Dieterich 48. We'll keep it right here right now, Brian, because we don't want to miss the trophy presentations here. As Mr. Kachuk back at the mic. Aside from Charlie Niehaus, he's been the busiest guy at the mic this week. And Doug found pretty excited.
That is everything the championship game is supposed to be. With you all things against both of these teams. Another round of applause. You have a very bright future in front of you. We want to wish you the best of luck. Your principal, Scott Booker, is right there. He would like to present you with your second place NTC Tournament.
What a game. And now the presentation to the Bulldogs.
I think you guys are starting to figure this tournament thing out a little bit. Congratulations. You were the number one team for a reason. You proved it every night. You played a great ball game against a great team. You have a lot to be proud of. Your athletic director, Mr. Kevin Palmer, has your championship.
Kevin Palmer, the St. Anthony AD, makes the presentation of the trophy to the St. Anthony Bulldogs.
I promise we'll have time for pictures here in a little bit. As tournament host and as conference president, I want to take a few minutes to actually kind of stop that way to the all tournament team game. The thing of you people here in Alabama, people won't ever come out and think about where our athletic director, Mr. Todd Arnold, is the man who puts this all together. Please give him your thanks.
So some kudos for Todd Arnold. Gang here at Altamont Community High School. They do a wonderful job.
You may have heard, there's even bigger news, that a certain announcer with a local radio station recently was awarded the IHSA Distinguished Media Service Award. I have to add, has just recently been nominated to the Illinois Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Coach. You bet. Same here. Same here. Thank you, Coach. Wow, that's pretty special. Thank you, everybody.
And I know you all praise and hear a lot of praise because you mentioned everybody feels like there's a room team. The voice of the National Trail Conference Tournament, Mr. Charlie Dieterich. Thank you, Mr. Judge. We have the top 12 players for this year's tournament. You're all tournament teams, probably in no particular order because we don't want to kick anybody off. So, our first player from Altamont, Mitchell Stevenson.
Who got 1,000 career points today. Well-deserved. Callaway finished with 59 tournament points in 3 games. Kid is a freshman. He has a big upside. Congratulations to Reese Johnson from Neoga. half of the tournament, 44 tournament points, just has been Mr. Constant for the Bulldogs this season. He had a monster tournament, had 35 today for SEB.
From Windsor Sioux Straws,
Christian Kessler from Sioux Straws, Windsor makes the all-tournament team. Lots of points, lots of boards, a lot good. Ryan Radloff from Dieterich, 50 tournament points. Alec Biggs from Altamont makes the all-tournament team. He's up on the stage. He's out to shake hands with his principal, Mr. Kachuk.
From St. Anthony, Cade Walsh.
Cade Walsh makes the all-tournament team. He makes everybody else look better. And got 9 points tonight. Drew Raymert from Neoga makes the all-tournament team. Neoga finished third in the tournament. So they've got a couple of kids. Tyler Higgs from Dieterich. Man, ought to have a lunch pail to carry to a ball game, man. He is a hard-working kid.
And last but certainly not least, from St. Anthony, Alex Daters.
Alex Daters makes the all-tournament team. There's your 12.
Your 2018 NTC All-Tournament Team. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
So Matt was good to write them all down. Mitchell Stevenson from Altamont, Callaway Campton from Dieterich, Ryan Radloff from Dieterich, Tyler Higgs from Dieterich, Reese Johnson from Neoga, Drew Raymert from Neoga, Adam Levitt from St. Anthony, Cade Walsh from St. Anthony, Alex Daters from St. Anthony, Lewis Brown from SEB, Christian Kessler from Windsor Sioux Straws, and Alec Biggs of Altamont. That's your 12. And I am telling you, a deserving team. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, bud. The Levitt twins come to see me. They were here watching Adam. Thanks, guys. You bet. Got to enjoy those guys. Play a lot of sports for Effingham back in the day. All right. Final score again in this championship game of the NTC Tournament. St. Anthony 53, Dieterich 48. Take a break. We'll have Matt Stats, interviews with both coaches, and recap this wonderful week back in 90 seconds on 97.9 XFM.
Benuti Clinic Sports Medicine Program has the expertise to get you back in the game quickly and safely. Benuti Clinic's skilled physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers team up to develop a customized treatment plan for you. From the initial assessment to the rehabilitation and recovery, their dedicated staff looks forward to keeping you and your team in top condition.
had not had any points off their bench for the week, and they had no points off their bench tonight. All the 5 starters took them all the way as far as points, and one substitution, Cole Nieberge, came in for a while. Other than that, it was a 5 that started the game, that finished the game for the Maroons.
So that's a tribute not only to their basketball IQ to basically stay out of foul trouble, but also their physical conditioning.
You bet.
Because they've got teams that are running players in and out against them, and they are ready to go all the time. So that's I tell you what, that's a tough 2A basketball team in St. Anthony. That's a tough 1A basketball team in Dieterich. And when you look around the conference, you still say, yeah, but Windsor Stew Straws, hey, we beat those guys. And so it just revolves, and that's what makes the conference great, and you have to be ready to play each and every night.
And it's a stellar win. St. Anthony now 21-2 on the season. Dieterich's 15-6. Just never was more than 11. 11 was the biggest lead. Thanks, Darren. Darren Campton just heading out, all kinds of people saying hello as they do every year. That's one of the favorite parts for Matt and me of this tournament every year is everybody just makes you feel so welcome. So 21-2 for St. Anthony. Dieterich with the losses 15-6, but my mercy, they play some salty teams. And we were talking about that with John Nieberge from Altamont today. You look at their schedule. I mean, they played in that Effingham T-Town tournament at Christmas time. They have tough people all the time, and they've definitely beefed up that schedule the last 5 and 6 years just to make them ready to compete at that level. So who knows how many teams out of the conference may end up doing some great things in the postseason this year.
Well, that's a very valid point. Altamont's hovering around the 500 mark as far as their regular season mark goes, but you put their 1A schedule up against other 1A schedules from around, and you know, they really are going to represent themselves well, you would think, in postseason play, but that's not to say on any given night anybody can't step up and get a victory, and that's what makes postseason fun, and it's only a couple weeks away.
Guys, yes. Girls postseason starts week after next. Hi, gang. Good bunch down there. Hi, Tyler. Tyler came by to say, good bunch from Effingham wants to come up here on the post-game show.
Want to send it back to the studio for some scores, and let's see if we get the coaches
let's
up here?
send it back, and we'll check with Brian about the numbers as far as scores from around the area. Had a lot of boys and girls games. See some of the girls from Effingham here today. They already got a win. And we'll see about the visits with Cody and with Josh. So, BD, what do you have for us on the scoreboard? Thank you, David.
All right, guys. Yeah, lots of other boys and girls scores, and this wasn't the only tournament championship decided tonight, but let's get you up to date on all the games. Earlier today, T-Town fell at home to Taylorville in boys basketball. It was Taylorville 66, T-Town 64. In other games, Lincoln defeated Morton 45-29. It was Decatur MacArthur over Mount Zion 65-52. And your new champions of the Little Okaw Valley Conference, Cumberland, they defeated Okaw Valley 67-40. Moving on to girls basketball, a good win for the Lady Hearts of Effingham. They defeated Mount Zion 45-29. It was Paris winning over St. Anthony 47-36. Also, North Clay defeated Cowden Herrick Beecher City 50-35. More girls scores. Charleston, a solid win over Mattoon 74-46. Also, Pana defeated Newton 69-48. And Williamsville over Taylorville 58-56. Just a few other scores that we have in the 8A boys basketball regionals. That's the junior high scores in the 8-1A Stew Straws regional. Newton St. Thomas over Effingham Sacred Heart 28-21. In that same regional, Dieterich defeated Martinsville 34-23. In the 8-2A St. Elmo Brownstown Regional, Altamont, your winner over Mulberry Grove, 48-11. And in the 8-3A Lawrenceville Regional, Lawrenceville Parkview defeated Newton Jasper County 37-29. In that same regional, Casey Westfield over Red Hill 35-12. And finally, your last score of the day. At the 8-4A Effingham Regional, Stephen Decatur defeated Effingham 58-20. That's your scores.
All right, thank you, Brian. Thanks for getting us up to date. Cody Rinker's joined us now on the post-game show, and we've had a chance to do a few of these. Second year in a row that the Bulldogs are the National Trail Conference Tournament champions, and congratulations, Cody.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
You bet. I'll tell you what, it was one of those nights, you get ahead, here come Dieterich. You get ahead, here came Dieterich.
Right.
You know? The fans love it. I don't know about the coaches.
Yeah, I mean, the coaches love it too, because you want to be on tight ball games. I mean, this is, even as a player, as a coach, as a fan, you want the competitiveness, you want the tight atmosphere. It makes it all that much more special. So no, it was definitely a good ball game. Definitely one fun to be in. Anytime you're in a championship game, it's fun to be in. So hats off to Dieterich. They played a great game. They did a nice job of slowing it down there and helping, keeping the game close. And we did get it ahead. It took us a long time to get a double-digit lead, and then by that time of the game, it was time to put it in kind of safety mode.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a fun game to be in, a good game all around. Maybe we would have liked to shot better, but when wouldn't you? Whenever you're in a big ball game, you want to shoot the best, and we didn't tonight. But I thought all in all, both teams played hard, played their tails off, and that's what made it fun and exciting.
What a crowd tonight!
Yeah, it was. I was, to be honest, I was getting a little bit worried there about 10 minutes before the game, 5, 6 minutes, and then all of a sudden we come back out of the locker room, and this place was just jam-packed. So it was definitely a great atmosphere to play in. Players can hardly hear, fans can hardly hear, refs can hardly hear, so it's all a lot of fun.
Okay, so you got all these big guys, and the leading rebounders for the two teams are Devin Flock for Dieterich and Cade Walsh for St. Anthony.
It's because everybody else is blocking out, so they're free to go get it, maybe.
There you go.
I don't know.
Maybe, that's it.
I tell you what, those two kids there watching Devin play over the years, and Cade, both of those guys are, Cade's the leader for our team. Devin's, Josh said it last night on the radio, leader for their team as far as handling the ball. And Devin makes those plays where he scraps and he fights, and Cade's the same way. He scraps and he fights, and he wiggles. What came up with a huge rebound there for us late in the game. Like I said, Cade doesn't always do it with points. I know he had 10 tonight, which is a little bit over his average. But Cade makes big plays when big plays are needed. He's done that for the last 3 years. He's been a part of our varsity team, and it's something that stands out for us.
And he makes everybody else look better.
He does. Like I said, that was the first half. That was part of our problem. They were doing a good job of jamming him on the break, and you had Jack bringing it up and Alex bringing it up, and you had Beasley bringing it up one time. And that slowed us down. So second half, I thought we did a much better job of getting stops consecutively. Cade did a good job of finding his outlets so that way he could push it ahead for us, and we were able to get that lead built that way.
When a shot missed, you were getting second and sometimes third looks at the basket, too.
Yeah, and that was something we preached, in practice yesterday. We preached today before the game that we had the size advantage, I felt like, and we had, I felt like at more positions maybe we were a little bit more athletic, and we had to use that to our advantage. We had to get those second opportunities, especially when you're not shooting the ball tremendously well. And when we started to do that, I felt like that's kind of when the momentum changed and the game changed for us.
And you could come at them in ways, and we all knew Dieterich hadn't gotten any points off their bench all week, and you could run them in 8 deep, and that's a decided advantage.
Yeah, it is. And when we got multiple guys, when we threw Daters at Radloff, we could throw Luke Blood, we got Radloff, Jack Nuxell at Radloff, give those guys a little bit of a break to go guard somebody else, and that wears you down. So they did a tremendous job there.
It says something, though, and I'm trying to balance things here, that Dieterich didn't let you get away, that they came back and stayed in the game. It was a championship atmosphere tonight.
Absolutely, and we talked about these boys. Talked to the boys all week. This is the NTC tournament. Everybody's playing their hearts out. This is where you want to be. You grow up watching it. So games aren't going to get out of hand most of the time, and definitely in the championship game. I've been over here before, and you're thinking, oh, this team's going to win by 15, 20 points. It's the championship game.
Yeah.
Everybody's amped up, and you're going to play your hearts out. And it's usually a close ball game. Tonight was no different.
Yeah, 21 wins now. That's pretty good for toward the end of January.
Yeah, it is. We've been on a pretty good run here. I feel like we've played with a lot more heart, a lot more desire, just a little more, and we found our roles. I mean, early in the year there, I know we only lost one guy, but everybody was just shifting. You shift to this position, you needed to score more, and you haven't had to take as many shots. And now we've kind of found our rhythm. We found our rotations. Guys know where they're going to get their shots from, and I feel like we've played a lot more efficiently, and we've played a lot better, over the last month and a half.
You had two kids in double figures, but two others with 9, so you were able to spread the offense around. That way you're not always looking for the same kid, and Dieterich can't collapse on anybody and just camp out on them because you had that diversity offense.
Yeah, I mean, I see 11 had 14, Dieterich had 17, Cade, got away there to get 10.
Jack had 9.
Jack had 9, yeah. So, I mean, those 4 guys there, Jack's, those offensive rebounds were huge in that first half and those putbacks. Adam kind of struggled early, I felt like, in the first half, just finding his rhythm, but he stayed after it, kept going to the hoop, found some points there late. Dieterich had a huge third quarter that kind of got us to relax just a little bit. And it was, those guys did a great job of finding enough ways to put the ball in the hole and coming out with a win.
I know you love this tournament, played in it, now you're coaching in it. You've won it a couple of years in a row. It's just a special event.
It really is, yeah. I mean, so the atmosphere is tremendous with all the fans here. Altima does a great job all week. Hospitality rooms are phenomenal, not only for the coaches but the players. I remember as a player coming down here, and you wanted to come down every night because you wanted to, you feel important. You go to the hospitality room, you come out here and watch the games, and you get to know the kids a little bit, and you get to meet them in the hospitality room as well. And it's just, it's a lot of fun. It's a special week. We're glad to be a part of it.
Talk about this last couple of 3 weeks now before head to postseason.
Yeah, it's going to be fast and furious. We have 5 games left over the next 3 weeks. You got T-Town next Friday, and then South Central. We've got a couple conference games left that we have a chance to be co-champs if we, can win out with Dieterich. And it's just something we got to keep getting better. We need to be in a few more games like this where it's closer, and we're working on, sealing the deal and finish games off. But I like where we're at defensively. I like where we're at, 9 times out of 10 offensively, and it's just a matter of being ready and staying positive and making plays when you need to.
It's an honor to win this tournament, and you've done it 2 years in a row.
Well, thank you. Definitely.
Congratulations,
Greg.
Cody.
Appreciate it.
You bet. St. Anthony coach Cody Rinker. St. Anthony, your winner tonight, 53-48. Bulldogs go to 21-2. And Cody Rinker and Josh Crumwitty have a nice handshake, and we'll saddle Josh up here on the post-game visit, talk with the Maroons coach, and I tell you what, it had to be, aside from the fact you would have liked to maybe had a different winner, certainly something for everybody tonight in this ball game.
I think we gave everybody their money's worth tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody would disagree with that. So it's nice to see all those Dieterich fans here. I mean, we told the kids coming over here that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be here to support you. So why not play the best game that you can play? And we have nothing to hang our heads about. Played a really tough team, and there were sequences there where we looked really good, and it was kind of going back and forth. And obviously, at the end of the day, there's going to be adjustments that you always replay in your mind that you would do. But overall, at the end of the day, you have to just acknowledge that you played a really good game.
Oh, gosh, yes. Down 11. Here you are back within 1. I mean, this place was going nuts.
We made a couple plays defensively. We were able to steal the ball and lay it in. I don't know what the statistics are on the transition points, but they really killed us on that. And our boys had a tough time of getting back on defense there. And we talked a lot about that at halftime. And I think a lot of times it just comes down to the fact that they have those athletes that when they start to run, and Cody made a good adjustment there in the second half and tried to speed us up, and it showed that it hurt us. However, at the end of the game, when it was sped up again, our boys were a little more ready for it. But just a couple possessions short.
He talked about the fact, too, that I mentioned that Matt pointed out, give him credit where credit's due here, that the 2 leading rebounders, the leading rebounder for each ball club, were the point guards, Cade Walsh and Devin Flock. How's that?
I don't know how that works out, but, there was certainly a couple long rebounds, but we know what we're getting out of Devin. He crashes the boards probably harder than anybody that we have, so he's a really good rebounder and on both ends. But that doesn't surprise me with the way that the game was played, because in a championship game like that, a lot of times, and we told the guys earlier, that it just comes down to big plays made by big players. And St. Anthony knows what we run. We know what they run. So it was just who was going to come up with more big plays, and that's what showed. So, like I said, we're just a couple possessions short.
I'm going to get to the bigs here in a minute, but Bryce McLean hadn't scored. In fact, had a couple of games when he had 0 points. Had 8, though, in the game Friday night, and then had 5 tonight. So that's points you can't necessarily take for granted. And he got them.
Yeah,
in a big situation.
Like I said, everybody kind of knew that they were going to have to play a part in this if we were going to come out on top. And we were able to stay in the game because we had a balanced attack, and I don't know what the numbers were. I know Callaway had, I think, 15. But Ryan, I think he had 1 point at halftime, and that's the guy who averages better than 20 points a game. So, to me, instead of looking at the negative, I think the positive is the fact that all of our other guys picked it up. We're only down 3 at halftime, even with Ryan struggling. So, you got to look at that as a positive, because Ryan's going to come through for us in big spots in the future.
You bet. Got 7 in the second half. You mentioned Callaway's 15 points. Tyler Higgs is always king rebounder, but he had 14 points tonight, too.
Tyler, offensively, this was the best I'd seen him in a while, and I think what it really comes down to tonight for him was that early on he said, stop me, and he was able to take the ball to the basket. And sometimes you just need to make this game as simple as possible and stop thinking, and just when you have a lane to drive to the rim, just drive to the rim, especially when you're an athlete like he is. And I think he caught on to that early, and he was able to make a couple shots around the rim.
He had that one shot just outside the lane, and I'm thinking, okay, here he goes, and he just turned around, pop, and hit it. He said, well, that's making it simple.
I think we've been trying to get him to shoot a little bit further out. I know he gets to be, really uncomfortable out near the perimeter, the three-point line, but in practice, you ought to see it. He can make those 15-footers. He's a 70% free throw shooter, so we try to motivate him to shoot those shots, and tonight he made a couple shots that most would consider out of his range, but I think all of us down there on the bench know that he's capable of doing that. We need him to do that in games like this.
Nice when he feels comfortable doing that. That's a big lift. So you got like 3 weeks left in regular season. What do you concentrate on now between now and postseason?
Well, tonight our transition defense, like I said, was a little bit of an issue against a faster team. I think we've had issues this year defensively. We give up, in our tougher games, it seems like our defense is the issue. We played a lot of games at home, and we've concentrated a lot on showing up to play on the road. And with the regionals being either in, Hudsonville, Palestine, or Patoka for us, we're going to have to win on the road, and in the postseason you have to do that. So for us, that's big. Playing in an environment like this where we played in a sectional semifinal last year, so an environment like this shouldn't be too overwhelming to our guys, but there's a lot of things. Like I said, playing on the road, the ability to get defensive stops when we really need them in the close games. We've had some games that we've won by quite a few, and sometimes you don't get those fundamentals in those kind of games. So when we play the close games, we have to make sure we're executing on both ends.
And I don't know that you're going to find anybody quicker than St. Anthony.
Like I said, they're in the third quarter when they come out of the locker room, and we were shooting and missing. And it's crazy because as a coach, basically you either teach to rebound offensively or to get back on defense. And when we aren't getting rebounds and we're not getting back, pretty much all you can look to is that they're just beating us down the floor a little quicker. Yeah. So, as a Dieterich coach, obviously I'm not going to cave on that. I know that we could be better at that, and I know the boys agree with me on that. We talked a lot about it at halftime, but to me that was a big difference in the game. They probably scored 12 or 14 points in transition, and essentially you're talking about a 3-point game there at the end. I know it got to 5, but what are you going to do? It's only one possession, so every possession's big.
It was a doozy. Josh, thanks so much. Congratulations on a great tournament for you and your guys, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Dieterich coach Josh